I'm Jake, and I've lived in Willow Creek all my life. It's a small town where everyone knows everyone, and nothing ever really happens. Or so I thought. My best friend Emily and I used to explore every inch of this place, from the old abandoned mill by the river to the dense, eerie woods that bordered the town. One summer evening, with the sky painted in shades of orange and purple, Emily and I decided to venture deeper into the forest than we ever had before. We had heard rumors about strange lights and odd occurrences, but we laughed them off as local folklore. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows that twisted and writhed, we pressed on, our flashlights barely piercing the growing darkness. We reached a clearing we'd never seen before. In the center was a sleek metallic object, hovering a few feet above the ground, emitting a pulsating light that seemed to beckon us closer. We stood there, transfixed, when suddenly the light intensified, bathing us in an otherworldly glow. Before I could react, I felt a sharp pain in my head, and everything went black. When I woke up, I was in my bed, drenched in sweat. My heart raced as fragments of the previous night played in my mind like a broken film reel. The forest, the light, and then nothing. I glanced around my room. Everything was where it should be, yet something felt terribly wrong. I jumped out of bed, threw on my clothes, and bolted out the door, heading straight for Emily's house. When I knocked, her parents answered, looking at me with puzzled expressions. I asked for Emily, but they didn't seem to know who I was talking about. They insisted they never had a daughter named Emily. Panic surged through me as I ran back to the forest, hoping to find some clue, some proof that Emily was real and that we had been together last night. Days turned into weeks as I spiraled deeper into my obsession. I spent hours in the library, researching alien abductions, memory manipulation, anything that could explain what had happened. I scoured the internet, visited conspiracy theorists, and even reached out to anyone who claimed to have had similar experiences. But it all led to dead ends. One night, as I sat surrounded by stacks of books and scribbled notes, I heard Emily's voice whispering my name. I spun around, but there was no one there. The whispering grew louder, more urgent, filling my mind with fragmented images. Emily strapped to a cold, metallic table, shadowy figures with elongated limbs and featureless faces hovering over her, performing inexplicable experiments. I realized the horrifying truth. The aliens had taken Emily and erased her existence from everyone's memory but mine. I was left with the unbearable burden of remembering her, while everyone else continued their lives as if she had never existed. The thought drove me to the brink of madness, but I knew I couldn't give up. One fateful night, the pulsating light returned, shining through my bedroom window. I knew this was my chance. I followed the light back to the clearing, where the metallic object hovered once more. I stood before it, heart pounding, and demanded they return Emily. The light enveloped me, and I was transported inside the object. The interior was cold and sterile, with strange, alien symbols glowing softly on the walls. The shadowy figures communicated with me through thoughts, bypassing language altogether. They showed me that Emily was alive, but could never return to her former life. Her existence had been rewritten in a different reality, one where she would never know the pain of their experiments. I pleaded with them, but their decision was final. They offered me a choice: join Emily in her new reality, losing all memories of my previous life, or return to my world, forever haunted by her absence. It was an impossible decision, but in the end, I chose to stay. I couldn't abandon everything I had ever known, even if it meant living with the ghost of Emily's memory. The light faded, and I found myself back in the clearing, the metallic object gone. I returned to town, but I was never the same. People noticed the change in me, the haunted look in my eyes, but they could never understand. Emily's house was now occupied by a different family, and any trace of her existence had been erased. Years passed, and I became a recluse, living on the outskirts of town. I continued my search for answers, driven by the faint hope that I might find a way to bring Emily back. Some nights, when the sky was clear and the stars shone brightly, I would sit outside and look up, wondering if Emily was looking at the same stars from her new reality. The tale of the boy who remembered and the girl who was forgotten became a local legend in Willow Creek. People spoke of it in hushed tones, a chilling reminder of the unknown forces that lurk just beyond the veil of our reality. And as for me, I continue to search, driven by the memory of a friendship that defied the boundaries of time and space.